This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row, all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
This is the What Are We Doing podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 130, dude. And if you can believe it, I'm coming to you live. This is the Meta Quest Pro 4. It's in beta. This is the only one that exists, okay? You thought I was going to go out like everybody else and buy a freaking Apple Vision Pro? Like, ew, like that's January 2024. Like, we're in the future now, babes. This, do that. Okay, here we go. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, good. So listen, we all heard the Mark Zuckerberg, the Meta Quest 3 is all around better than the Apple Vision Pro, according to Zucks. So he said, hold my beer, or kombucha, or wherever he drinks. And he said, listen, Levi, he called me, I've got a beta version of the Meta Quest Pro 4. Do you want to try it? This is like going to be the equivalent to like the Apple Vision Pro 4. In like 5 years, we're going to be so far ahead. So what's happening is I'm viewing you guys. I have my script is up here. It's about 50 inches big. I've got my YouTube channel over here, my YouTube feed. I'm looking at this. And then I have Gaza. I have every time Gaza gets bombed, there's a video feed of that up there. I have the president and all of his feed over here. And then in the middle is just a big mirrored image of the camera and what I see so I can record the episode. So this is the Meta Quest Vision Pro 4. Mark Zuckerberg sent it over, and I mean, it's crazy, dude. Like return, get all your money back. Because when this hits the market in 30 days, I think it's coming out in like April 2024, when the Meta Vision Pro Quest 4 hits like Target and Walmart and shit, $199, less than $200, and you can have something that's way better than the Apple Vision Pro $3,000. You're not going to use it in 2 weeks. Okay, this thing, I can't show you, I don't think, what's inside it. Do we have recording capabilities? I think we might. I'm on a Skype call with my entire now remote. I fired my producers, I fired my editor, and I now simply just work remote 24/7 on video calls because they see there's a metaverse version of my face. It's pretty much like, can we record? Do we have record? I think we can record. I can show you what I see. And it's basically, I mean, it's insane. We'll overlay it on the podcast episode, obviously, but it's one of those things that like the future is here. It's now. It is what it is. Like there's no way that this doesn't get smaller, more compact. I mean, there's no battery, there's no big strap, there's no nothing. It's all just right here in the mask. And I mean, this thing weighs like nothing. It's like paper thin on your face. And I mean, I think this is going to be the future. This is the Apple Vision Pro killer. And I think, honestly, Mark Zuckerberg, how awkward he looks when he's doing UFC events with all of the actual people who know UFC and combat, and he's just there because he paid a lot of money to be. And so the most awkward video of 2024 so far. And so he sent me this when he at the end of the video, I think the part, he might have cut it out. He said he was going to send me this in his whole like video, like this is my response to the Apple Vision Pro thing that he put out. And so he sent me this. We've been wearing it for like 2 or 3 weeks now. And I mean, there's like no bleed, there's no light leak. I mean, I see everything. This whole front of the mask is an 8K display. And like, I mean, I'm telling you, when these things hit the market, like I think it's April 1st, maybe it's either April 1st or April 20th, something like that. These will be, you can go to Target. You could probably pre-order it from Best Buy. I don't even know. But Mark sent me this one, so we can't thank him enough. It's the, this is the MetaQuest Pro. The battery life is great. It's about 34 hours. I'm coming up on like, I think my 30th now. It's telling me now right here. It says, yeah, the battery's about to die. Okay, so I'm gonna take it off for the rest of the episode. I don't need to be in here. If I need to reach, my whole staff, I could just slip it back on at some point during the episode. But that's, it's crazy. It's crazy that this is where we're at in technology. You know what I mean? And so, listen, the future's here. And my prediction is you're not going to be able to know what's real and what's not on the internet come 2025. Okay. We're talking about Sora. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing else compared to it. And basically, for those uninitiated, OpenAI released essentially what is a new application that they're calling Sora. And if this isn't, some people are calling it a game changer. Some people are calling it a job killer. Some people are calling it the future. Listen, we went from like 6 to 9, maybe 12 months ago, like Will Smith AI eating spaghetti, everyone's nightmares, to the point now where all we have to do is say Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it's a pretty solid rendition of him and Margot Robbie having an Italian dinner together. And so it's what Sora basically does in layman's terms is it takes your text prompts and makes videos from them. For example, if your text prompt was like, woman walking down the streets of Tokyo, well lit with neon signs behind her, a crowd of people, she's well dressed in like a red dress and maybe a trench coat, she looks real good, she comes from money, and you hit enter, you're gonna get something like this. And, look, it doesn't come without its quirks, okay? This thing isn't perfect yet. Once you're done looking at like the main, function of it, go back, look at the people in the background. It has some flaws, but to the naked eye and to the people who are not aware that this is fully and 100% generated via AI and a computer somewhere in a room, it's pretty convincing. Like we've got, a drone shot covering a off-road vehicle, maybe a Range Rover going down a dirt path somewhere, and this is what you get. You know what I mean? Like you could tell it, show me like 3 Labrador puppies playing in the snow, and the detail and the intricate working of the dog's fur and the movement and the snow and the camera and it's pretty hard to understand. So Sora's out, dude. Okay. It's only out for a limited amount of people. Only a few people and organizations have it. We don't, unfortunately, but Sam Altman, CEO, I'm pretty sure he's still CEO. Every other week they fire him and rehire him. I think this week he is currently working for OpenAI. Sam Altman's taking requests via Twitter, and some of those are just even insane. But you kind of get the point, man. So video editors, B-roll services, why would I need to go get a videographer who requires a license and $1,000, if not multi-$1,000 drone and their time and an invoice and my money and everything else spent on a shot of a beautiful ocean and a house on the cliff that looks exactly like this that I can get for free. That's 100% free to use, 100% licensable, 100% ready to go in my video because it's a 100% original piece of content. Then the world's slightly changing when I think it comes to that. Listen, we gotta give Sam, give him the 7. Let's give him 8. Give him the $7 trillion. Give it to him. Okay, at this point, if this is version number 1 and this is what we're coming out with, people, we have to fully open our eyes now to understand that version 2 is probably going to be almost indistinguishable from reality, let alone what's real and what's not. Okay. And so with that being said, it's only going to then be a matter of time before we can directly root this technology into things like every single video game production studio. Okay. So now they're just full-blown HD, real people graphics. And then beyond that, I don't know, maybe what happens when it becomes a part of Elon Musk Neuralink and it just enhances the world around you, and what you are seeing isn't maybe actually ever going to be real again. And so that's a little scary to think about. I don't think maybe we'll let it get that far, but it might. And so, listen, man, Sam, it's a moonshot. He wants $7 trillion. Okay, he wants $7 trillion to basically make computer chips that are AI powered and generated so they can continue basically building the ultimate Chat GPT, DALL-E, image generation, video, Sora, companion. And like, there's already other companies that do text to like audio prompts that have added sound to all these example videos, and it just amplifies the realisticness even more.
In a place beyond imagination, where the horizon kisses the heavens, one man dares to journey where few have ventured. Armed with nothing but his wit and an unyielding spirit, he seeks the answers to mysteries that lie beyond the stars.
And in 2025, you're not going to know what's real and what's not. You're not going to know how to feel. You're not going to know, like, listen, Meg's TikTok algorithm, it has her down the rabbit hole of the fakest news. Every single other day, Meg's comes to me and says, oh, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce broke up. Oh, Donald Trump is going to jail for life. Oh, did you hear about the Annie Ann's pretzel scam? Oh, like there's just, she has so much fake news. And every time she sees something on TikTok now, she thinks it's real. So what's going to happen when there's direct video evidence of anything and everything happening just via a few text prompts? And, you know, borderline privacy, like who knows what's going to happen when we can feed in images and use celebrities or us or the likenessness of other people. It's going to get tricky, and it's here. And so if you're not using AI on a daily basis, listen, I just had this conversation with one of my clients. If you're not using it, you better start learn how to feed it, learn how to teach it, and then learn how to use it. Because if you just start using it, it's not going to work for you, and you are going to fall behind. Learn how to feed it, learn how to teach it, and then use it is the exact 3-step process you need to any AI, Chat GPT, Claude, MLL platform, like whatever you need to do. Watch a YouTube video and start learning, dude, because it's here. And if you don't act fast, it's probably going to replace, if not remove, a lot of aspects of your job. and you're going to be scrambling to come up with other ways that you can offer services or whatever else it is that you do on a daily basis, because AI now just no one wants to pay you to do it anymore, because I can just go to put in a prompt and boom, bam, I've got my drone shot, dude. It's getting wild. And so look, if Sam gets anywhere near close to 1 trillion, let alone 7 trillion, I'm thinking maybe we get in the vicinity and talk around the number of 9 to maybe 10. And if we're being a little bullish, 20 to 50 billion. But to get anywhere near 1 trillion to $7 trillion in funding to make computer chips and AI technology is a freaking moonshot, dude. And it's kind of wild and it's kind of ambitious, and I'm kind of here for it. I kind of want to see what he does, and I kind of want to see where he goes, because if Sora is it, listen, we all know ChatGPT is this shit. DALL-E is great now. And if Sora is where we're headed, as long as it's only going to take them 20 more minutes to code up an audio module to go right along with those videos, or buy up some Silicon Valley, startup that's already done because they're going for 7 trillion. Why not just buy and absorb the competition? It's probably what they're going to do. And now we have a full-blown movie production studio, content media powerhouse, whatever type of online digital blog post, video, YouTube, B-roll, movie, audio, song, music video, whatever you want to create, it's going to be a text prompt away in roughly 12 to 18 months. So buckle up, get a subscription, and start learning how to create, because it's not going away. And it's only getting better, and it's only going to be even more distinguishable. Like, I have clients that are like making AI versions of themselves so they can have a selfless AI powered YouTube channel right now, like to try to see what the limitations are, what the amount of traffic is. Like, we're trial and erroring A and B, different videos, real people versus the AI ones. And it's fascinating data. So if you're not on board now and you thought, oh, ChatGPT, listen, yeah, sure. Keep using ChatGPT to generate your recipes and your silly whatever blog posts. But meanwhile, there's a powerhouse behind it that you don't fully understand, and it's gonna surpass anything that you got to learn it, and you got to teach it, and you got to learn how to use it, man. I hope that Sam wins. I hope they keep him on board. I hope OpenAI becomes the powerhouse. Like, AI is the 2024 version of like the 2020, 2021 crypto. Like, if you mention the word crypto between 2020 and 2021, you got smacked by every F-boy on the planet. And now AI seems to be that. But the issue is it's not going anywhere, and it's not backed by YouTubers and Elon Musk and whatever he decides to tweet that day, or whatever NFT you decide to buy from Donald Trump or any other celebrity. It's basically just a membrane on the internet that's not going away. So that's out in California, where all the IT and tech people are. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, New York City has had a heap of news in the last few days, starting with the NYPD. Listen, 2024, we're sticking to our New Year's resolutions, okay? We're not going out. We're not committing crimes. And the crime rate in New York City has allegedly, according to what we're seeing here now, has allegedly gone down so low that the sergeants and the officers of the New York City Police Department and, other members of the service, whether they're citizens or, military or whatever, but mainly New York City Police Department officers and sergeants have so much time, so much free time on their hands, that they have now started their very own, what seems to be all women's, but they haven't mentioned that was the case. We'll get to it in a minute. But it's their very own dance team. And they're dancing, and they're putting on shows, and they're getting hired for parties and shit. And you know what I mean? Meanwhile, I think like 16 people were just held at knife point on the L train on the subway a few blocks down. But these ladies, it's fine. They had an appearance that they could not miss on Pix 11 morning news. Now, I was skeptical about whether or not this story was real or not because of the fact that Pix 11 is a news network I've never heard of, and B, the only one covering the story. But a few of my sources say that it's real and that people are kind of up in a roar about it. So let's just see. It cannot be, listen, if it's some of the New York City police officers I've seen, I mean, how bad could it be? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be pretty, I mean, we could be on to something here. We could be on to something, maybe every major. Let's just see what we're in for. Who are these idiots?
Serving and protecting the community. These members of the NYPD like to bust a move.
Oh, yes. Okay. They are the NYPD Dance Team, and they are looking for a few good people who share their passion for dancing. Joining us are some members of the squad and the president, Autumn Rain Martinez. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing? Now, anybody can join? Or do you have to be a member of the NYPD?
So any member of the NYPD, uniform member of the service, or any civilian member of the service can join the NYPD.
Because we have a dancer here.
Oh.
But, you know.
I mean, we could
Don't count me out just yet. Hey, listen. Okay, before we start, I want you to all. We'll have you pass the mic so you can introduce who you are and how you joined, or how you are a member of the NYPD. So we'll start with you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cadet Betancourt. I'm part of the NYPD Cadet Corps, and as she mentioned, it's open.
Okay, well, first of all, this woman could easily pass as Bad Baby's cousin. And second of all, why we need to introduce everybody here, I don't think anyone needs to know or actually gives a shit about the names of these women, because here's the issue. If then you see any single one of these ladies in uniform out on the street, how in God's name are you supposed to respect them as police officers after watching this clip?
Open to all MOS, so I'm able to participate in this.
Yes.
Very nice.
Good morning, I'm Officer Rodriguez. So I joined when the dance team first established because the previous president, she was in my command at the 73rd Precinct.
Oh, very nice.
So, yeah.
Okay, who do we have behind you?
Hi, I'm Detective Gutierrez. I joined 6 months after it started, so it's still brand new.
Very nice.
She's currently undercover. She's currently undercover right now, and that's not actually her real name. And she's under a sting operation, and this dance team is a part of her undercover situation. Isn't that insane? I'm not supposed to know that, but someone just told me. I got it in my notes here that says that that's absolutely true.
Good morning. My name is P.A. Duncan. I'm new on the team, and I'm also a civilian.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Sergeant Santos. I joined when it first started.
Very nice.
Sergeant, the sergeant of the precinct, the sergeant of the precinct. The sergeant of the precinct she's supposed to be in charge if anything goes wrong today. Like, there are literally 12 people in an alley getting stabbed to death because they have $27 in their wallets from 13 homeless people and maybe a few immigrants that got through. And the sergeant of the precinct is nowhere to be found. Where is she? God damn it. She's at another dance recital. Like, what's going on? What are we doing with a New York City now? And hey, I know maybe a few of the it might not be true, I don't know, but according to some things that I might have heard, the New York City, they decided to defund some of the schools and library systems to the point where libraries can't be open on Sundays because they needed that money for the New York City Police Department's budget. But now they have a dance team. And so some few people are mad, I think. And it's just the introductions, it's off for me, dude. It's a little strange and I don't know why.
Overall, right? What kind of made it come to fruition, and what's the goal of the team?
So the goal of the team is to make sure that we have a space to do have a mental, release our mental, stress, our mental issues. Because, we have a lot of things we see on the job, from any kind of robbery or any kind of, just any kind of crime. So
blah, blah, blah. Murder, blah, blah, blah. Stabbings, people blah, blah, blah. On one another, people having sex in public. We see shit all the time. And because we live in the United States of America, our healthcare system, we all have insurance, obviously, through the state or through, the police department, but that doesn't cover like therapy or like any type of, prescription drugs or anything that would really help benefit us when we're not working. So we had to go out of our way, out of our time, away from our families, away from all of our other responsibilities. And now we've started this dance team to promote the fact that, we're in New York City Police Department. And so, it's for our mental health because we don't have anything else in this country to help us. And so we created this dance team, and this is why we're doing it. And it's for, it's to bring awareness, and it's for anyone to join. And the more we have, the merrier. Okay. The more we have, the merrier we'll be.
We have to have a space to decompress and just have a space to relax and have fun.
Wow. And you also do a little bit of community service, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we do like going into the community, especially going to the schools to make sure that the kids have a place to exercise. So we do a lot of little intensive with the kids and do that. We also go to parades and galas. We did a line of duty spouses gala last year, actually. We're hoping to do it again. So we performed with them too.
And a basketball game recently?
And the basketball game, yes. We won. PD versus FD.
Oh, wow. What was that like?
We won, and it was great. It was so fun.
Well, what are you going to perform for us today?
So today we're dancing to Club Can't Handle Me by Flo Rida.
I'm just...
That's his jam. All right, well, we're going to let you perform.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
It's happening. Here we go. Let's do it.
Do you want to stay up to date with the messiest drama on the internet? Or what about those crazy viral challenges? Then be sure to tune in to TMZ Verified, the podcast. I'm Wild.
I'm Steph.
And each week we're either breaking down the spicy viral stories or we're hanging out with the most popular influencers around. Tana Mojo is in the building.
I don't even know if they're hating. They're probably just telling the truth, but we love the haters too.
Sophia Franklin.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk, but let's be real with each other,
Bryce Hall is here, y'all. Make some noise, people.
I'm single, by the way.
Right.
So if you like viral drama, influencer culture, and just overall hot messiness, check out new episodes of TMZ Verified every Thursday right here on Spotify.
Hey there. Did you know Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices? And when you download the Kroger app, you'll enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. And don't forget fuel points to help you save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Want to save even more? With a Boost membership, you'll get double fuel points and free delivery. So shop and save big at Kroger today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Listen. No. Listen. I take it back. I take back everything I said. If they can do that dance multiple times a day, they can definitely run down a criminal. They'll get him for sure. Because listen, I was a dancer. Okay, I should join this team. I'm gonna have to move to New York. I'm gonna join the team. I'm gonna become a dancer. I'm gonna get my adrenaline up again, and then maybe I won't be out of breath when I do 30 seconds of a whole dance routine. Okay, I was a dancer, okay, and I tried to be a Backstreet Boy. I wanted to be a Backstreet Boy. In 1998, I had a all-in-one Gateway PC that it came, and my Backstreet Boy CD had a CD-ROM on it, and I put it in. It said, "You can email the Backstreet Boys." And so I emailed them. I said, "My name's Levi McCurdy. I'm a really good dancer. Here's a video of me dancing. Use this as my submission, and here's my audition. I would love to be the 6th Backstreet Boy, or if you want to get rid of Nick and replace him with me, that'd be great." And so here I am. I could sing. You teach me how to sing, and I'll be great. I could be a Backstreet Boy, and I want to be the 6th one. And I hit send, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and that was like 28 years ago. And now here we are to this day. I mean, listen, and then when they got back together, like 10 whatever years ago, when they came back finally as Backstreet Boys, and then the one wasn't there, and now the other one passed. I don't know. Like, I could still be, there's still a chance, but maybe I'll start with the NYPD Dance Team. It looks like they need some male energy or representation. You know, I mean, it's just fine. I can help them out. And then what we'll do is this could be, I'll use this. I mean, here's my, this is the audition tape I sent to the Backstreet Boys. I'll send them this as well. I mean, this is, shout out to Jessica Ludwig, who choreographed this shit. But this was, I mean, talk about the hypest intro to a dance concert that you've ever seen. Oh, yeah.
We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.
What are we talking about? Look at me. I'm adorable. Yo, that outfit was bomb. MC Hammer pants with a little vest and a hood on it. It was bomb. What you gonna do? Hey, what you gonna do? Look at me. I could have been a Backstreet Boy. You know what I mean? I'm everywhere. I'm on the stage. I got the moves. I got the jams. I mean, it's crazy. The fact that the Backstreet Boys did not call me back, the fact that I never got an email back from the Backstreet Boys, I sent them this. I mean, this was in my prime. I mean, like, you know, I could obviously do better now. I obviously do better when I'm DJing weddings. I mean, I dance all the time. I got way better moves than that. So I think just to get my foot back in the door, I need to join the NYPD Dance Team. And I think it just needs to be one of those things that we do, you know, and I mean, like, it could be, could you imagine the New York City dance team on America's Got Talent? They push them right through. That's exactly why they're doing it. If these girls go on America's Got Talent, it goes right through. And I mean, look, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's something happened. COVID. I don't know if there's fluoride in the water, but like it's just like I've seen this dance routine from the New York City Police Department ladies. I've seen like the same thing. I've seen the same thing 18 times from 18 different groups of just mediocre dance routines by these groups of just empowered and independent women that just, they don't quite just hit the mark. It's just like, today we're going to be dancing to, it's a song called My House by Flo Rida. And it's like, could it be any more of a 2001's Dance Moms, hey girls, this is what we're going to learn today, watch us, and then you do it kind of dance routine. It's just like, if I swear to God, they go on America's Got Talent, they get the golden buzzer, Howie Mandel standing up, he's saluting because it's the New York City Police Department, thank you for everything you do. Like, they go through immediately. If not one of the judges, Terry Crews would definitely hit the golden buzzer. And it's one of those things that kind of becomes absolutely hysterical. And as you can see, it's why I didn't think it was real. I didn't think it was real. You know what I mean? And so it's crazy. And so, you know what I mean? I was a dancer and I feel like I should have been a part of, I should have been a part of it. I should have been a part of the dance team. I mean, if you need further proof, I mean, there's not much else. There's not much else more that you need than just this right here. Okay. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I was born to entertain. Okay, you know what I mean? I went from this, I did the karate thing, I was on stages, there was people, it was a sold out show. I had 9,000 people in the seats that day. They came there to see me. It was a 45-minute set. I did 19 dances that were choreographed by this lady, and it was insane. I'm basically a child star, okay? I should be on my way to Hollywood right now, but unfortunately I'm stuck here in bumfuck Pennsylvania. So it's, you know, crazy that we're cutting funding for libraries and education in New York, but we've got the dance team. Hey. Listen, I'm obsessed, okay? We need to check what's going on. We need to check if there's an update. I'm obsessed with the Stingray. Where is she? What's going on? What day are we on? I think it's day 11. Let's check. Team Echo Aquarium. What day is it? Charlotte. They haven't posted an update yet. Okay. We're on update 10. Listen, Charlotte the Stingray is pregnant. And there's only two possibilities. Here's the situation. Charlotte the Stingray lives in a tank. There's no other stingrays in the tank. So, naturally, of course, one would assume because there's no daddy stingrays, it can't mate with the mommy stingray and make baby stingrays. You need a Mr. Ray and a Mrs. Ray to make baby rays. And they don't have that. They just have Charlotte. She's a lonely, old, lesbian, you know, probably not going to find anyone for the rest of her life. Old, you know, lady stingray. She's got spunk. She's got an attitude. Like, you know what I mean? She's chilling. Okay. Charlotte, she's great. She's quirky. She tells great jokes. Like she's that gay aunt who's never going to get married kind of stingray. Like you know, and so basically Charlotte is now pregnant, and we've discovered that Charlotte is pregnant, and it's not very possible. So there's only two-ish explanations. One explanation is that Charlotte is Stingray Jesus. We're calling it Steezus potentially, or Regis, like Regis maybe. I don't know. Stingray Jesus is a potential here. Okay, what this whole process I think is what they're calling it. I'm gonna butcher. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. I'll put it on the screen. I'm just gonna call it the Pythagorean theorem. Whatever they taught us in math class, the Charlotte the Stingray is going through the Pythagorean theorem, and she basically, because she doesn't have any mates in the tank, she's she has now self-fertilized some eggs and is now growing a baby inside of her. Okay. And so Charlotte just wants nothing more to have babies, and because there's no one to have babies with, she's doing it herself. Now, according to science, this is most likely what's happening, but this has only happened like once every a bunch of years, like hundreds of years. It happened back in 2001 with like a shark or like some other species. So like you don't see it very often. Now, the flip side of things, Charlotte, the Stingray, is in the tank with two other male sharks. And so it's quite possible that one of the sharks got a little frisky with Charlotte one of these nights, okay? They didn't want that lame old, shark tail, okay? They wanted to get a little taste of that ray juice, if you know what I'm saying. So the shark got a little frisky and got it on with Charlotte the Stingray. And so maybe the shark has impregnated now the stingray. So we're either going to get a shark ray, or we're probably calling it a sting arc, or, some combination of shark and stingray. We got to come up with official words here, people, but it's all new. We're only 10 days in. She was supposed to give birth 48 hours ago, but there's still no news. And so, scientists are like claiming that, because it's been like 300 million years since like sharks and stingray DNA was ever a thing together, like it's very, 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 very unlikely that it is a shark baby and it's just a regular normal stingray baby that, Charlotte just kind of whipped up in her belly. And so we're waiting. And so the zoo's got a TikTok. We're all over it. I'm obsessed. I'm praying for Stingray Jesus. I hope it's a Stingray Jesus baby, and I hope they name it Steve Irwin. I hope if it's a Stingray Jesus baby, they name the baby Steve Irwin, and it's basically all just justice for us to claim that it's the second coming of Steve Irwin, and what better in the form of a baby Jesus Stingray. I mean, I think it makes complete sense. I think it makes complete, as much as the President of the United States thinks that 90% of everything that comes out of his mouth makes complete sense, I fully and equally believe that if Charlotte gives birth to this baby Stingray, now if it's a baby Shark Ray, I mean, we'll figure something out there, but it's probably going to be a baby Stingray Jesus, and I think we need to name it Steve Irwin. And it's we're going to petition for that. I don't know if we're going to get a change.org. Can we get a change.org? Can we get a change.org petition going to make the Stingray baby Jesus Stingray name Steve Irwin, please? Thank you. Producer Steve, thank you. Okay. All right. Peace out. Let me just drag you over here and just do this, do that. Okay. Here we go. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay. Good. All right. So we're going to get a petition going on change.org or whatever that website is. And hopefully we can name the baby Stingray Jesus Steve Irwin, because I think it's crazy. I think it's awesome. And I think, I don't know why I'm obsessed with it, but we're on day 10, part 10 of updates. They haven't done one yet. If there is one posted while I'm editing this episode, trust me, I'll impose it on this or whatever I have to do to get you the latest news, because that's what we do here at the Wad Pod. But if you need to, just go and search for Team Echo ECCO on TikTok. They're the zoo or aquarium or whatever that has the Charlotte. And so, CNN did a coverage on the story, and I think it's actually quite hysterical. Listen to this lady as she talks about and tries to make quips. She tries to do what we do, but she's a news anchor, and she just she fails.
How could a stingray named Charlotte end up pregnant when no male stingray has ever been in her tank? The $64,000 question: who's the daddy?
We think Charlotte is her own daddy.
Staff at the Aquarium and Shark Lab by Team Echo in North Carolina are so bonded with Charlotte, she lets them caress her. When they found a lump, they feared it was cancer.
Oh, it was one of the employees. One of the employees impregnated the stingray? What did she said that they're so comfortable they let her caress the...
An ultrasound proved otherwise.
There's a baby.
Several babies, but how?
She has always been a single ray.
She needs Ray Tinder.
She needs Ray Tinder. That lady is the lady. She's the anchor. She's the news anchor for CNN. CNN sent their best. CNN sent their best. Someone over at CNN said, "Hey, there's a Stingray Jesus pregnant, something going on at a thing. Who can we get on a Zoom call that's just like not doing anything? Can we get like an intern, someone who hasn't been here long on a Zoom call or something just to get like the story? I don't know. Just have her like say a few funny things. Just tell her to do her thing. Just tell her just to get on the Zoom call and do whatever she wants to do, and we'll see if we can run the story." And this is who they sent and what they came up with. She needs Ray Tinder. She sounds like Ray Comp.
The most likely explanation? Something called parthenogenesis. I've been calling it do-it-yourself reproduction. Sort of a...
I've been calling it do-it-yourself. Parthenogenesis is the word I was looking for earlier. I apologize I couldn't say it back then, but now I can. Thank God for the CNN anchor. What is going on? Like, how much money does this woman make a year? You're probably paying her a decent salary of anywhere from $50,000 to $65,000 a year to sit on Zoom and make these barking at just aquarium owners, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
Birth, the female's egg becomes an embryo without fertilization, But there's another far less likely theory. 2 male sharks that were placed in the tank. This is Mo and this is Larry, named after you-know-who.
Oh, it's definitely Mo. It was definitely Mo. Larry the shark doesn't have the cojones to go after a looker like Charlotte the stingray. It was definitely Mo the shark. Oh, he's the culprit. If it comes out Shark Baby, we gotta. They'll obviously they're gonna do DNA testing, but if it comes out Shark Baby, it was definitely Mo. Like, let's be honest. Like, we'll call it right now. We'll put all of our money on Mo.
The Denver Zoo recently used DNA to determine who was the daddy of this 4-month-old orangutan, and they had Maury Povich announce the results.
Barani, you are the father.
Listen.
The aquarium may not yet know.
How'd that baby get here?
But if immaculate consent...
All right, here's the issue. It's a story in the United States of America. It's not a story unless Maury is there. If Maury is not there to confirm who and is the father, if you have not had Maury confirm a lie detector test, a paternity test, or whatever type of test Maury does, DNA test, if you have not had it done through him, you cannot be 100% sure. I'm only 98% sure my son is mine. I have not gone to Maury yet. I have not gotten that test done. And until Maury opens the envelope and says, Levi, you are the father, I can only be 98% sure. And that's something that Megs and I have worked on in our relationship. We've worked through it. It's been a contingent point. Like, it was rough for a year or so. We've worked through it. But like, now she understands that, like, is there a chance? Maybe, probably not. But like, if there's a 1% chance that Stingray Jesus could be a thing, my son could also be a Jesus type, situation. So until we know and hear that from Maury himself, I'm only 98% in on the boy. It's like, like, you should be if you have a child and you have not, because I know plenty of people who have gone to the Maury show, gotten the DNA test done and say, yep, you're the father. Yep, you're the father. We all knew it. But like, it's been a thing. I know plenty of people have, and plenty of people do. So if you haven't, then you should probably get the emails going and get on the show, or do a private thing like the zoo did. Apparently you can just hire Maury. Maybe he's on Cameo. Speaking of Cameo, wadpod.com/Cameo is on sale. It's only $3. Get a Cameo for your birthday, for the holidays coming up, Easter. Get someone an Easter Cameo for me, and do it at wadpod.com/Cameo. It's only $3. And so, you know what I mean? Maury was there to confirm it, and I'm sure he'll do it for these other people. They need to fire that anchor. Fire her immediately. It's insane. So listen, Donald Trump has had a blast. Donald Trump has been on just a freaking skyrocket rocket ship for the last 48 hours. Here's what happened. On the same day, I'm pretty sure it was Friday last week, on the same day, he had 2 court cases. One in Georgia, one in New York, and I'm pretty sure they were at the same time. And so this particular court case, which is kind of absolutely insane, the judge is ruling that now he can no longer do business in the state of New York City, and that he's being fined for essentially doing business in a certain way in New York City. And Donald Trump is now being ordered by the judge to pay a $350 million fine. And so basically, to understand exactly what he did was, you know what I mean? He wanted to put up a new building. And whenever you want to do that, all real estate agents know you leverage what's worth, on your current building. And then they give you a loan for like 50%. And then you go back and forth, and that's inevitably what you get. And so to get more money, you tell them that your building's worth more, and you've got 24 karat gold walls, and that's what makes it this much. And so then they're like, oh, okay, we didn't know that. We'll add that value to your house. Now we think it's worth $1 billion. We'll give you $500 million instead of the $200 million we were going to give you. And now Donald Trump has $300 million more in his pocket. And so that's why the judge is mad. And so unfortunately, what that is every single real estate agent or anyone who's ever sold a house for themselves knows that that's what you do. That's what you do. You tell them that you have a bonus room. You tell them that this studio costs $50,000 to renovate. Okay, the paint alone costs another $20,000. And then to have them come in and finish it and put the electric in and the lights and the cameras and the microphones and the podcasts and the equipment and everything else, that was another $20,000. So all in all total, the room I'm standing in, as you see it now, has cost us upwards of $150,000 to $200,000. And so when they appraise our house at only like $150,000, $200,000, now I have to go to the bank and say, wait, this room doubles that number. Our house is actually worth $400,000. I know the one beside us is only worth $200,000, but this one's worth $400,000. That's what you do. That's what everyone does. And it's quite literally insane that I'm pretty sure Kevin O'Leary said the same thing the other day on CNN. I'm pretty sure.
Well, let's leave out Trump for a minute and let's leave out politics and just talk about what happens in real estate development anywhere. So if you're a developer and you've got a building on a block anywhere in America and it's worth, let's say, $500 million and you want to build a building right beside it, you go to the bank and say, this building is worth $500 million. I'd like to borrow a construction finance loan against this asset, and I want you to tell me it's worth $500 million too. And the bank negotiates with you and says, well, no, we think it's worth $400 million. And you fight it out. You're always trying to show your assets in the brightest light with the sunshine you could possibly determine for them. You want them to be worth the very most, because you're only going to get a 40 or 50% loan to value, as it's called. Then you borrow that money. In the case of a $500 million asset, maybe you get $250 million, and you build a new building with a construction finance loan. And so that's what this case is all about. And by the way, forget about Trump. Every single real estate developer everywhere on earth does this. They always talk about their asset being worth a lot, and the bank says no. And that's just the way it is.
Right.
So in this case, when I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not pro or con, or I don't care about the politics, who lost money? Nobody. The bank got paid back the construction finance loan, and a new building was built. And if you're going to sue this case and win, you got to sue every real estate developer everywhere. This is all they do. This is what they do all day long.
So listen, that's it. I mean, listen, and just like I said, politics aside, I've said it 100 times on this podcast. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't know anything about those parties or what they stand for, what they represent, or why I should vote anytime that I have to in this country. But as far as Donald Trump goes as a person, Kevin O'Leary just said it, right? If you're going to go after Trump for this, you necessarily have to go after every real estate agent who said that the house is worth $20,000 more than it actually was, to beef up the commission check and to get their client a better deal. Like, I mean, come on, like let's be realistic here. And so after Donald Trump gets slammed with a $350 million fine, he goes back to Mar-a-Lago. Obviously, he has some things. The crooked judge, he's a nasty man, nasty person, this judge. He's nasty, and he gave me a nasty conviction of $300 million. It's okay. What better way to celebrate the next day than fly all the way to Philadelphia? Shout out Pennsylvania. Shout out Trump. He's been here now twice in 2024. Okay, he was just in Harrisburg. Now he's in Philly. You know what I mean? He loves Pennsylvania. He loves it here. It's a great state. You know what I mean? He goes to SneakerCon. Okay, what better way to celebrate his way out of jail with a $350 million fine than to go to SneakerCon and not just give a press conference? Because you know what I mean? Like, what business does Donald Trump have being there? But what better way than to go directly alongside his NFT launches that he does every 6 to 12 months than to launch the brand new GetTrumpSneakers.com. And I mean, it's just one of the greatest, I think, accomplishments of any president, any politician that we've ever had in this country, whether they won or not. Name one other person who has had their own line of shoes. And so you can go to GetTrumpSneakers.com and you can buy one of 3 different types. Okay, we've got the T-Red Wave, which they're the nice They're the nice red with the T and the 45 and the white soles. Or you can get yourself a pair of POTUS 45s if you're feeling a little more classy, the all whites with the gold trim, okay? Or if you're an actual American, if you're an actual fan, if you're an actual follower of Donald Trump, you'll nix all that and you'll get yourself a pair of the Never Surrender high tops. These bad boys start with a nice deep red sole, a white trim, and then you've got nothing but gold, nothing but 24 karat solid gold shoe with a nice little American flag, a gold tee, and a frickin' 45 stamped on the other side. This is the shoe. And now these are limited to 1,000 pairs, okay? Now they're $3.99, okay? They're $3.99. And we know that Trump supporters have that amount of free cash just floating in their bank accounts ready to be spent on a pair of gold high top sneakers from Donald Trump. Limited to 1,000 pair. I might pre-order a pair of these just to keep on the shelf. If these aren't the sexiest shoes I might get a pair of POTUS 45s too. These all whites, honestly, with the gold trim, it's getting up there. It's getting up there in the swag level. So if you want yourself a pair of official Donald Trump sneakers, you need to go to gettrumpsneakers.com. Okay, they're not sponsoring us. This is the news you come here for. You don't know about this because you're just on Facebook and you need someone to tell you that this is exactly when it happened. Trump's had a weekend. And so, I mean, it's sneaker time, babes. It's sneaker time for Zaddy Trumpets. And I think this makes complete sense. The NFTs are a little crazy considering the market, but the sneakers make sense. You know what I mean?
This is a big crowd.
Appearing at SneakerCon in Philadelphia.
We're going to remember the young people and we're going to remember SneakerCon. You're sneakerheads, right?
So that's the situation, right? So listen, just so you know, the whole NFT, the sneakers, the merch, Trump's not actually allowed to do this, right? He's not actually allowed, I think now legally, to like run or operate these businesses, nor does he want to. It's some guy who owns some LLC, who owns some other company. And so basically what happens is Trump says, yeah, you can use my likeness, my name, and then I just want, it's probably a Kevin O'Leary type of deal. Trump gets a royalty on every pair of shoes sold in perpetuity. They make the shoes, they handle shipping, they handle all the shit. Trump just collects a check. He tweets about it a few times. They sell out because he's Donald Trump, and everyone gets the bag. And so, they're Alibaba shoes with a T sewn onto it. It's fine. It is what it is. But like the fact that, we've got the Donald Trump mafia now spending their last dime and nickel on $199, $299, and $400 pairs of shoes is the exact testimonial we need for the current state of our economic status in this country. You're telling me that if you've got money, like some guy, I think they auctioned off a signed pair. He got a signed golden pair, the first ones by Donald Trump, one of one, like the first one, 001 or whatever. And, he paid $9,000. Now, rumors and TMZ reports, I don't know if it's accurate or not, but TMZ saying that, that guy was a Russian CEO. So that's a little crazy and skeptical to think that that might be true. I don't know. Do your own research on that one. But Donald Trump now has, I want them. I want a pair. They're a little pricey for me. The website also has cologne, by the way. So if you want the Victory 47 perfume, the Victory 47 cologne and Victory 47 perfume by President Trump is now available for pre-order. And by the way, if you buy 2 or more items, you get an additional 5% off. There's no pressure code. There's no nothing. It's automatically applied at checkout, babe. So go to gettrumpsneakers.com, okay? And if you buy 2 or more items, you get 5% off your order. That's what Zaddy Trumpets is willing to do for you. And you know what I mean? Bonus number 1, sneakers come with extra laces and an exclusive Trump superhero charm that is numbered. That's cool. And bonus number 2, official Trump sneakers launch party, date to be determined. No guarantee if Trump will attend. He most likely will, but there's no guarantee. And so there will be an official launch party for the sneakers. And, you know, if we're lucky, we'll get like Donald Trump Jr. or like his son Eric to show up or something. I think Donald Trump needs this for the win, okay? If he's going to beat Biden and the Democrats, the only way he can do it is if he has his own sneakers and his own NFTs, and he's got them both now. So there's not really too much else we can do. He's already been convicted. What are you going to do? Hit him with fines? He's a billionaire. He'll pay that fine off tomorrow, and he's going to make it back with this fucking sneaker drop. Don't worry about it, okay? It's okay. So now all we got to do is run him for president, because if we're still thinking about Biden's asses running, they're going to have to inject him with so much testosterone and so much goddamn adrenaline just to get him to the first debate. You know, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Maybe I think Pfizer's got like something they're cooking up in the back that they're going to nail Biden with to just bring him back. They're going to shock him back to like his 30s, and he's going to be sharp as a tack, like a limitless pill for about 30 minutes. And that's going to be plenty enough to prove to the American citizens that he can go 4 more years. And I don't know. So unless Biden drops his own sneakers or like his own Crocs collab, that'd be cool. Biden goes the Crocs route. Let's get a Biden and Kamala Harris Croc design mocked up, and then I think we'll be set. I think we'll be set as far as presidential campaign merch for this country this year. We all show up to the rallies. We all got our sneakers. We all got our Crocs. We all got whatever T-shirts and flags and hats we got on. And it'll be great because we know we directly funded the future president of the United States. And so that's what Trump's been up to this week. And so I hope you guys had a great weekend as well. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. My name's Levi McCurdy. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. If you haven't done so already, go to wadpod.com/links, or more specifically, wadpod.com/YouTube. It's going to be everywhere that you find our clips, our audio, our Spotify, our podcasts, our Apple, everything that you need to watch and support this podcast. Hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, hit that little bell that ring-a-lings the ding-a-ling, and you won't regret it. We're constantly uploading clips going up every day, shorts, full episodes every week, and more guests and fun things to come. This has been episode 130. Is it already 130, dude? It's 130. This has been 130 episodes of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy. I'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great one. Peace out. Stay safe. This is the What Are We Doing podcast.